My name is Charles Barcher.
And my name is Graham Story. Today we'll be talking to you about music law.
Ask yourself these questions.
Have you ever downloaded a song without paying for it?
If so, how many songs in your library did you get for free?
How much would you be willing to pay for each song?
How about $22,000? Copyright infringement is defined as the use of works protected by copyright law without permission, infringing certain exclusive rights granted to the copyright holder, such as the rights to produce, distribute, display, or perform the protective work.
In other words, copyright infringement is when somebody takes something that isn't theirs and tries to remake it, copy it, or sell it without permission from the owner.
Most would refer to this as piracy. Here are some facts on music piracy. First, 70% of people think it's okay to download music illegally. Is that you?
And did you know that 95% of music downloaded online is pirated?
71,060 jobs are lost in the U.S. each year due to online piracy.
The economy loses approximately $12.5 billion each year due to the same reason.
In the case Sony BMG Music Entertainment versus Tenenbaum,
in the district court, Sony Recording Company sued for damages, alleging that Tenenbaum willfully infringed the copyright of 30 music recordings without the owner's consent. He was ordered by a jury to pay a total of $675,000 in statutory damages. Tenenbaum then appealed based on the fact that the damages were too much.
not only did Tenenbaum deny the use of piracy and blamed it on his family, he did it for several years and was warned to stop. He thought the damages consistent of $675,000 were too much, but the fact is, he did piracy for several years and sold songs during that time.
In the appellate court, the court ruled that the statutory damages of $675,000 was not unconstitutional. Based on the Copyright Act, it was not required to instruct the jury of the constitutional boundaries and reinstated the jury's award for damages. Some people ask, why did Tenenbaum get caught, but no others?
Since a copyright infringement requires distribution, display, or performance of the work, Tenenbaum got caught. He had been selling music illegally for years. In most cases, the people who download music solely for themselves do not get caught, but the people who download music to make a profit from it or claim originality of the piece get caught. Not to say downloading music is not illegal, because it still is and is costing the music industry potential revenue.
When it comes to copyright infringement, there are several different laws. It starts with the United States Code,
which is a consolidation and codification by subject matter of the general use and permanent laws of the United States.
These are under Title VII. This is also known as the Copyright Act,
which is the code that outlines United States copyright law.
Chapter 5,
Sections 106, 107, 502, and 506.
In Title 17, under Chapter 5, Section 106, it refers to the exclusive rights in copyrighted works.
The main three rights are to reproduce the copyrighted work in copies of phonorecords, to prepare derivative works based upon the copyrighted work, and to distribute copies of phonorecords of the copyright work to the public by sale or other transfer of ownership or by retail, lease, or lending.
In Section 107, it refers to limitations on exclusive rights, which is fair use,
which includes the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for non-profit educational purposes. Also, for the nature of the copyrighted work and the amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, and the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work.
In Section 506, it refers to the criminal offenses.
In general, any person who willfully infringes a copyright shall be punished as provided under Section 2319 of Title 18.
If the infringement was committed for any of these reasons, it is considered a criminal offense. A.
For purposes of commercial advantage or private financial gain.
B.
By the reproduction of distribution, including by electronic means, during a 180-day period of one or more copies or phonorecords of one or more copyrighted works which have a total retail value of more than $1,000.
C.
By the distribution of a work being prepared for commercial distribution by making it available on a computer network accessible to members of the public, if such person knew or should have known that the work was intended for commercial distribution. In order to determine if it's a criminal offense, they need one of two things.
They need evidence and they need a definition. So the question is copyright infringement right or is it wrong?
Copyright is a type of intellectual property, so obviously we can compare it to ordinary property with few exceptions. We consider the unauthorized taking of ordinary property culpable. Some, therefore, can say that copyright infringement is morally equivalent to the theft of ordinary property.
So what some people are saying is that piracy won't stop. Why won't it stop?
It's not moral, it's not right, but it's there and it's easy and there's no one to stop you from doing it, and there never will be. If after 10 years and millions of dollars in legal fees they finally manage to kill the Pirate Bay, there are hundreds of other torrent sites that exist, and more will spring up. If they ban torrents altogether, the internet will invent something new.
According to Paul Tassis. In conclusion, we believe that copyright infringement is wrong.
Copyright infringement causes too much economic loss. We have about $12.5 billion lost from our economy each year, which is just not acceptable. Economic loss comes the loss of jobs, which a lot of people are very concerned about nowadays.
I also believe that it is morally unacceptable. There's really no difference between this and stealing. Taking someone else's property is taking someone else's property. Singers, songwriters, and music producers all work for their living, and it's being stolen right out from under them.
Imagine yourself in their shoes. If you started to lose millions of dollars on your music that you wrote and worked very hard for every day.